Good morning, welcome to Josh's Jumpstart. Today we're going to talk about some tips on how to use the power of visualization to help you accelerate your achievement. Visualization is one of the most important and powerful things that you can do to help you visualize yourself already having accomplished your goal, already enjoying the fruits of your labor, already enjoying driving the car you want to drive, or living in the house that you want to live in, or live the lifestyle that you want to live. Maybe you want to go on a vacation. So visualizing yourself going on that vacation will dramatically help you be more successful. Visualization is one of the most powerful things that top performers, high achievers do. They visualize themselves being successful. They visualize themselves having already accomplished their objective, their goal, their dream, their desire. And it's very, very powerful. Okay? And so, and the more detail that you can visualize your goal, the more powerful it will be. So if you have like a dream car that you really want to accomplish, what year is it? What's the make and model of it? What color is it? And just having that all in detail will dramatically increase your ability to be successful. Another thing too is if you have like a dream home, you visualize what kind of home is it going to be, what kind of yard is it going to have, and the more details that you can put to your dreams and your goals, it'll be easier to visualize, and that which we visualize will materialize. I'm going to repeat that one more time. That which we visualize will be able to materialize. And the more frequently we do that, and the more consistently that we do that, and the more with detail that we do that, your chances and your ability to achieve that are dramatically increased. To help illustrate this story, there is a team of a high school basketball team. And what the coach did a very unique strategy for this high school team. What he did is he did a 30-day test, and he divided them up into 3 groups. Okay, group number 1, their objective was to practice shooting free throws for 30 minutes a day. Just practice shooting free throws. Okay, and the third part of the team, the second part of the team, what they did is they just did nothing. So they did not practice basketball at all. This obviously wasn't during the basketball season. This was their off season. Anyways, so they didn't practice at all. No way, shape, or form. No practicing. Okay? The third group. Want to take a guess what the third group did? The third group was to visualize. Okay? And that's what they did. They were to visualize themselves shooting hoops. So they had to find somewhere quiet, maybe go in their room, close the door, and just sit and just imagine themselves shooting the ball and visually going in. Visualize just going in. And at first, because they're high school kids, it's hard for them to sit and control their mind and to sit and visualize that, but they did that. And for 30 days, all they did, they didn't practice, they weren't physically practicing, they were 30 minutes a day in a quiet place, visualizing themselves, standing at the line. It's the end of the game, and they just shoot it, nothing but net. And they did that for 30 minutes a day for 30 days. And the crazy thing is at the end of the 30 days, when they all started practicing again as a team, guess what happened? So the team that was actually practicing, guess what happened with them? Their closing ratio, or their ability to sink the ball, at the line, it increased by 10%. Why is that? Because they were practicing, right? And guess what do you think happened with the second group, who didn't practice, didn't think about it, didn't do anything? What do you think happened to them? Theirs actually went down by 20%. What do you think happened with the third group that visualized? The third group, this is crazy, the third group that visualized themselves just sitting there watching it, it actually increased by 30%. 30%! And they weren't actually even practicing the basketball. Just the power of, for 30 minutes, visualizing the ball going in and sinking it increased their ability to sink them at the free throw by 30% increase, because they have learned about the importance of visualization. Because even the team that was actually practicing, they still weren't sure if they're actually going to hit it, because they're shooting it, but they don't know if it's going to go in or not. The second group, theirs went down by 20% because they obviously weren't even doing anything, weren't practicing. But the third group that was visualizing themselves sinking it increased by 30%. And I want to help give you guys a tactic and a technique that the top performers do in sales and in leadership and in business. And we've been doing this with my door-to-door marketing team. And I want to give you guys this technique to help you guys accelerate your achievement. You guys ready for it? You want to hear what we do? This is what we do, okay? So, and for anybody that's watching back home, if I happens to be one of my sales reps watching, this is what we're going to start doing this every day with all of our teams. And this is what we do. At the end of our meeting, before we would do our goals for the day, or I guess after we do our goals for the day before we head off, is we would all get a sale together in the office. What do you mean, Josh? How does that happen? This is what we would do, is everybody in the team close their eyes. And one person in the room would walk them through getting a sale. So right now, wherever you are, go ahead, close your eyes. Even if you're in your office, just go ahead and close your eyes. So go ahead and close your eyes. And what you want to do is pretend that you get to your area. You hop out of your car and you're walking through the area, and it is such a beautiful day. Okay? You're excited because you just had a great meeting. You got up this morning and you read some motivational books. You practiced your approach, and you are just in the zone. You listen to some pump-up music on the way over. Maybe you listen to one of Josh's motivational moments, Josh's Jumpstart, and you're just like on fire. Like, today is going to be a great day. I'm so excited. I love my job. People are going to be so excited to talk to me, and I just love it. So you're totally in the zone, okay? And so you get out of your car. You're walking down the street. And you're not going to knock on the first door you talk to, because you learn the importance of cherry picking. And so you see a house, and you see that the garage door is open. There's a minivan that's there, and there's some bikes in the yard, and you're like, oh man, this is so awesome. This family is going to buy my product. They are going to buy my service. And so you walk up to the door, and you see the yard's all clean and nice, and the glass door is closed, but the door is open. And so you're excited because you know they're home. And on the way up, guess what you see? You look over and you can see in their garage their trash can. So you can see that it's going to be a sale, because you can see which company they're with. And so you go up and you knock on your door, and the lady in the house comes, she answers the door, and you do your spiel, and she's laughing at all your jokes, and you guys are laughing, you're having a good time, and you're enjoying it, and you're going through all the steps, and she's asking questions. You're asking her questions because you're making it a conversation, not a presentation, and you have high energy, you have high enthusiasm, and as you're going along the thing, you're personalizing it for them, okay? You're saying, your candle dropped off at your house, your driveway, your neighbors are all loving it, and you reference your neighbors that you sold yesterday. And you tell them that we're not going to start them right away, we're going to start them next month. And you're personalizing it for them. You're filling out, you're showing them the paperwork as you're going along. You're in the buddy stance. She's laughing at all your jokes. You're asking questions. And at the very end, guess what happens? You do the go-to, guys. You say, you know what? My job's really easy. I just need your address so we know where to drop off a can. And she's like, yep, my address is blah, blah, blah. And you start filling out the paperwork, and it's awesome. You're excited. And at the end, you don't have to ask her for a check. She's like, so do I have to pay? And you use your humor and your wit and your charisma. You say, no, you get to pay. Ha, ha, ha. And she laughs, and she thinks you're so funny and clever. And then you go, and then she goes and gets her checkbook, fills it out, and then she says, you know what? Thanks for stopping by. We're so glad you came. We're really excited to start with this new, with your company. And you said, you know what? I'm glad I stopped by, because I was going to skip over your house, but something told me deep inside to knock on the door. And then she hits you on the shoulder and says, oh, you're so funny. And then before you leave, you said, hey, do you know anybody else in the neighborhood who, just like you, wants to get a really good deal and wants to save money, and she says, you know what? Go talk to my neighbor across the street, Barbara. She's fun, and you guys will have a hoot. I'll give her a quick call and tell her that you're coming over. And then you go over there. Okay, open your eyes. Go ahead and open your eyes. Okay, so how do you guys feel right now? Bueno, okay? How do you feel when you visualize yourself already having accomplished your goal, already achieving your goal? You made phone calls, you dialed for dollars, and you made those phone calls, and people were glad that you called them. Or you go and you knock on doors, and they say, you know what, I'm glad you came by. The power of visualization is powerful. Anything that you visualize will materialize. The thing is that people don't know is that automatically our minds, it's kind of a default we have, but do you know how many thoughts that the human mind thinks every single day? It's 150,000 thoughts a day. 150,000 thoughts. From the second you wake up to the second you go to bed. 150,000. You want to take a guess how many of those are naturally positive and how many of those are negative? 75% of your thoughts automatically are negative. Not that you're a negative person, but for whatever reason, our minds are naturally negative. It's unfortunate, but our minds have this built-in alignment problem, okay? They're like, we're driving down the road, you know how you have an alignment problem, when you're driving down the road, you let go of the steering wheel, well, what does the steering wheel do? If the car automatically goes to the right or goes to the left, you have an alignment problem, right? And so our minds, your mind, I'm not saying you're a negative person, but every human on the planet, we have 150,000 thoughts every day. And 75% of those thoughts are automatically negative if we don't control our thoughts. If we don't visualize ourselves. But the power and the ability to be able to visualize yourself accomplishing your goal, achieving the results you want, will that change your outcome? Will that change your thoughts? Will that influence your ability to achieve your goals? And the answer is yes. Dramatically, you will increase your ability to succeed and hit your goals just by visualization. Anything that you visualize will materialize. So that's my thought for the day. Please do yourself a favor. Take time today, before you go out and you make those phone calls, before you knock on the doors, before you meet clients, whatever it is that you're doing in the sales world, take time. Take just 5 minutes, just like we did. Take 5 minutes to visualize yourself going through those steps, going through those processes, and actually being successful, and people loving your presentation, loving your approach, and just saying like, wow, that was awesome. I'm so glad you came by. And it will happen. When you visualize, it'll materialize. This is Josh's Jumpstart. Thank you for your time, and here's to accelerating your achievement. Success today, guys. Thanks.